one. Only one. There might be two later, but one for now.
Que ahora mismo uno, pero que a lo mejor después va a estar venido.
When they're ready, give me the thumbs up, we kick off, yeah?
Okay.
And you, thank you.
Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel once again for our second pre-season friendly ahead of the 22-23 Cinch Premiership campaign. Burton Albion are our opponents at the Amendora Golf Resort. It should be a good test today. Burton Albion, English League One side. They finished 16th last season, managed by Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Unfortunately, it is just me today. However, we are hopeful we may get a co-commentator a little bit later on. Obviously, Paul Hanlon was with us for the Hartlepool match. He is one of 4 of the injured players that have travelled to the training camp, but they're all undergoing their rehab at this moment in time. So Kevin Nisbet, Carl McGuinness, Paul Hanlon and Dimitri Mitchell. Now, if one of them does finish, we are hopeful to get them up here. As the teams line up and shake hands, you might notice that Kevin Dubrovsky is actually wearing last year's away top. That's just because of a kit clash with Burton Albion, so don't get too excited about that being a goalkeeping jersey. I'll run you through the teams now then. So Hibs have lined up in a different formation for today's game. Kevin Dubrovsky is in goal. Lewis Miller is at right back, with a centre-back pairing of Ryan Porteous and Kyle McClelland, with Louis Stevenson at left-back. There's then 4 in the midfield as a 4-4-2 formation. Aidan McGeady will be on the left-hand side, Jar Tavares will be on the right, and Joe Newell and Nohan Kenner will be in the middle of midfield, which sees Christian Doige and Eli Yuan partner up front. Burton Albion, well, it looks like they're lining up in a 5-3-2 formation. A lot of notable players there. It's Ben Garrett in goal for them. It looks like a back 5 will be Cameron Borthwick Jackson, Fraser Blake Tracy, Deji Oshawali, Sam Hughes and Tom Hamer. A midfield 3 have made up of number 14, the trialist, Charlie Lakin and Terry Taylor. And then up front are Louis Malt and Ghassan Ahadni. As you can see, the referee's got the game underway. Burton Albion just keeping the ball at the back at the moment. There goes Joe Newell, just activating that press that we really saw in the game against Hartlepool, the team pressing in numbers. Malt there with the ball, but Louis Stevenson gets across to cover well. Hamer into Ahadni, tries to go around Kyle McClelland, but the young defender does well. Clears the ball out, and it's a Hibs throwing just down that left-hand side. Well, really shone when he played against Hartlepool. The young centre half, I think we said back then, is obviously a really highly rated defender. After joining the dev squad from Rangers, Lee Johnson wanted to have a look at him, hence why he's here with the first team squad. And obviously he's paired with Ryan Porteous today. If you haven't seen it yet on our YouTube channel, we did post a video with Porto mic'd up against Hartlepool, so you'll be able to get a real insight into what he's like on the pitch. And if you think he's a leader by his traits, just watching him in the stands, just listen to that video. You can really see how he helped Jack Bryden along in the game. He was constantly talking to the players in front of him, and the real impacts that he has on the pitch. Early corner now for Hibs. Set pieces caused Hartlepool a lot of problems. There was a lot of work on those in pre-season so far. Joe Newell going over to take it. A short set piece. No one can crosses it in, but it's cleared. Was one thing that was quite noticeable against Hartlepool was the amount of different set pieces that Lee Johnson's side were trying. Again, we saw a new one there. Didn't quite come off with Nohan Kenner's cross just being cut out, but again, a sign of intent and trying things that are a little bit different to what we saw from those situations last season. Lewis Miller with a long throw now down that right-hand side. Stevenson can't quite find McGeady, who's pressing again. McGeady's someone who's obviously really used to Lee Johnson's style of play, and the pressing that he wants from his side. He really flourished under Johnson when he was at Sunderland. Kenner just looking for his options. He tries to switch it, but it's intercepted by the trialist. The trialist now bursts into the area, goes past one, goes past two, but Kenner does well. There's a free kick just outside the area on a foul on their trialist, number 14. Just a slight loose pass there from Nohan Kenner, which allowed the trialist to have a little bit of space and take storm on the Hibs defence. Good distance this for Burton Albion. Have a shot. It's hit the post and it's gone in. Burton Albion have taken the lead here. The free kick took a deflection off the wall, hit the post and fell to, I think it was Sadmi, who tapped in from close range. There was a question from Porto about offside there, but the linesman's flag stayed down and Burton Albion have the lead. Not the start that Hibs wanted. Porto now on the ball, looking to feed it long into Doyle, but can't quite get there again. Lakin clears. Porteous really tries to dictate from the back, but another loose pass from him just there. Has been a really intense week for Lee Johnson's side, doing double, triple sessions almost every day. I think the key in this one is to try and keep the same intensity and standards as the trialist does down that left again. Feeds it into the left back, but Tavares into Miller down that right. It's just keeping possession. They did this quite nicely again against Hartlepool. Just keeping the ball, keeping things ticking and waiting for the right opportunities to come about, to pass that ball forwards and break through the lines. Porto again just on the ball into McClelland. Joe Newell now just looking to dictate and spread the ball to Louis Stevenson on this left hand side. Burton Albion pressing a lot more again than Hartlepool did. Paul Hartley's side seemed to want to sit off, whereas Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank's men are really trying to limit the amount of time that the Hibees have on the ball. Tom Haymer with his long throw. He's known, or has been known for that, the 22-year-old. Came through Oldham Athletics Academy before joining Burton Albion in 2021. Really dangerous from these throw-in areas if he was obviously higher up the pitch. Free kick to Burton then just inside Hibs half, bringing all the big men forwards. It's taken short though to Lakin. Hamer into Asadmi, good tackle there though from Joe Newell. Louis Stevenson's made an excellent run. Tries to find Eli Uwanga, can't quite get to him, and again Burton regaining possession. Offside flag is up right now. I'm not sure the referee's quite seen it though as play continues. There we go. Good leap there from Lewis Miller though. Really athletic right back that joined us obviously this summer. Miller now down this right. again inside to Porto, just looking to create some kind of space to feed the ball in, but Burton are pressing high. That'll really help Hibs get the most out of this game, as Newell's pass is cut out this time. Asadmi. And there's an effort on the edge of the box from Louis Moult, but it's blocked. Noankena tries to come away from it, and he's brought down. It's a free kick. Burton really pressing the Hibs players high, trying to take advantage of any loose passes that are coming out of the back line or from the middle of midfield. Just need to tighten up in those areas a little bit more, make the passes count, as Porto tries to feed it through, and he does to Jar Tavares, but this time he can't find Lewis Miller. That's exactly the type of pass, though, that Lee Johnson wants from his centre halves and from the likes of Noankena or Joe Newell, really breaking through the lines, the wingers coming inside and the width coming from those full-back areas. Hamer feeds it into Asadmi. Noankena leaping. Just manages to nick the ball back as Joe Newell then takes storm on the defence. He's looking to play it through to Eliuan. Eliuan strikes it, and it's a goal! Fantastic strike there from Eliuan. Really shows his ability and what he can bring to this Hibs side. Noankena did really well there in the middle of midfield to win the ball back and play it to Joe Newell, who drove the Hibees up the pitch, played a really nice pass into Eliuan there from 20 yards out, took a touch and drilled the ball into the bottom left-hand corner. Really nice work there from the striker. Good response there from Hibs as well after going a goal down. Eliuan obviously was a French under-21 international, most recently was on loan in Belgium. It wasn't quite the loan spell that he had planned, but during the training camp he was telling us that he'd worked really hard to make sure he got fit and physically stronger, ready for the start of this campaign. I think he was working in Marrakesh for about 4 months just to make sure that he was physically stronger than what he was last season. You could see it there as well. He likes to get in behind, but he can also offer something different, like you could see with that strike. Hibs now just look to gain a bit of control over this one. It was quite a fast-paced start from Burton Albion. The goal from Eliuan, though, will just settle things down a little bit. Stibrovski looks to play it right-hand side, but again, it can't quite find Lewis Miller. Trialist again, just tries to get past Porto, but he's brought down. A similar position to actually where the Burton Albion goal came from. The trialist there is just causing us a few little issues. Quite tricky, quite direct. Hibees will be looking to be a little bit more alert here on the second ball in particular. The last one obviously took a massive deflection off the wall, hit the post, came back out, and Asadmi poached it in from close range. Try their luck again. This time though it's well over the bar. Slight deflection off the wall and a Burton Albion corner. Charlie Lakin over to take it. Lakin, a name again that some Hibs fans may notice. 23-year-old central midfielder. He came through Birmingham's academy, but he did spend the 2020-21 season on loan at Ross County as Kevin Dabrowski catches his corner. Bit of a box-to-box midfielder is Lakin. McGeady now, just on that right-hand side, looking to create something, tries to clip the ball over to Eliuan, who's beat the offside trap. Eliuan, he's into the area, he has options, goes alone, and it's into the side netting. Seems that the linesman thinks it took a deflection, has gone for a corner. Again, really promising signs there from Eliuan, though, really breaking between the lines, beating the offside trap, and Aidan McGeady again with good vision to find him in behind. Joe Newell over this set piece. Takes it short again into McGeady. McGeady's quick step over, gets the ball into the box, but it's cut out at the front post. Joe Newell tries to win it back, but brings down the trialist just inside the Burton Albion area. Around 15 minutes or so gone here, as Molt tries to flick the ball on. Gets through to Lakin, but Louis Stevenson does really well there to win the ball off him. And João Tavares, who's now on this left-hand side, is linking up with Louis. Christian Deutsch pressing forwards and forces the Burton Albion man into a mistake, and it's another corner for the Hibees. Terry Taylor there, another Scottish midfielder in the Burton Albion side. He came through the Aberdeen Academy. Just put under a little bit too much pressure there from Christian Deutsch. Good pressing from the big tall striker, as Aidan McGeady is over this set piece. See if they try and do something a little bit different. There aren't any options. McGeady into Joe Newell. Just outside the area, gives it back to McGeady. All short set pieces so far from Hibs, as McGeady clips it into the box. It's met by Lewis Miller, but it's just over the bar. Again, McGeady, his feet are so quick, as there's a little scuffle there in the middle of the pitch. Not something you normally see in friendly games, but I suppose in terms of wanting the demands and the intensity from a normal match or from a league match, it's quite good to have those elements within it. The referee just gives some of the lads a bit of a talking to before he'll allow Ben Garrett, the Burton Albion keeper, to get the game underway. Carl McClellan there reads that really well and beats the Burton Albion striker to the ball, but the second ball just falls again to the League One side as they try and break down the right. Lewis Stevenson looks to get brought down there, but play continues, and McGeady does excellently to find Joe Newell, who switches it down that right-hand side to Lewis. Tries to clip it this time to Christian Deutsch, but Sam Hughes, the centre half for Burton Albion, just does enough there. Sam Hughes, it's his third spell with them, as Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, who you might know from playing for Man United, brings the ball forwards. He's playing in the middle of midfield, Borthwick-Jackson, today. Different to his normal role as a left back or left wing back. Just keeping the ball nicely again, Burton Albion. Good aggression again from Kyle McClellan to nick the ball off Asadmi. Hamer might unlock his long throw here. Goes short though to Borthwick Jackson. Again, really good from Christian Doige, and he wins Hibs a throw-in down that left-hand side. The game will be different to the Hartlepool one in the sense that it will be 2 45 minutes rather than 3 30s. There will be short water breaks within the game, just so the lads can take some fluids on. It's about 29 degrees here in the Algarve, and the pitch can get a little bit sticky when it's that kind of temperature. As Ryan Porteous plays the ball down the right-hand side to Jar Tavares. Him and McGeady just keep switching. He does well to hold off his man. Now Ankana as an option. Eli Wan this time coming deep to get the ball. Real beneficial of having two strikers up there with Eli and Doige. As Lewis Miller's there brought down, it's a Hibs free kick. McGeady and Newell just both heading over to come over this one. Newell, if you remember, whipped a fantastic corner in to help Ryan Porteous score a second goal against Hartlepool on Wednesday. You can't argue with the class that McGeady's got as well. Joe Newell over it. Into McGeady. McGeady looks to be lining up a shot, left-footed, it's just wide. Again, a nice different idea from that set piece. McGeady in acres of room in a good position, around 20, 25 yards out, but his left-footed effort just went wide of the goal. And here's one of those drinks breaks I was just talking about. There'll be one of these in each half. Hibs seem to have settled into the game a lot more, obviously going behind early on. Ghassan Ahadmi just tapping the ball in from close range after a deflected free kick hit the post. But again, it was a good response from Hibs, and real sign of quality from our new striker Eli Yuan, who's joined us on loan from St Gallen. Joe Newell did excellently to feed the ball into his feet. He went round his man, created space and drilled a fantastic right-footed effort into the bottom left corner. Nice little celebration from him as well. It's nice to see that in a friendly game. Lee Johnson, his coaching team, all just taking relevant players aside to give them little tips. You can see Lee Johnson with Nohan Kenner just there. They've been having loads of conversations during this training camp about his role. The number 6 will be vital in the way that he wants to play. So he's constantly coaching him through it. Obviously Lee was a centre midfielder himself, so he'll be giving him all sorts of little tips and advice. There will be a different 11 out for the second half. So they will get, again, another 45 minutes in their legs. Ewan Henderson just giving me a bit of a smile as he walks past. He'll be on in that second period in a different role, in a more of a left wing position. The formation is going to change again for the second half, with 4-4-2 obviously at the moment, and it will change to a 4-3-3 in that second period. Again, something different that we saw from the game against Hartlepool, where it was a 4-2-3-1 that we played. There's a bit of fluidity in the way that Lee Johnson wants his team to set up. And I think Kyle McGuinness is going to be joining us for co-coms very shortly. He's just finished his rehab work. We'll see if we're joined by him. As the players come back out now for the rest of the first half after the little bit of a drinks break. Game gets back underway then with the Burton Albion goalkeeper. A bit more pressing this time, a bit more intensity, which is exactly what Lee Johnson wants to see when they're playing the ball round at the back, as Lewis Miller has it on his right hand side. Lewis Stevenson now on the left. The ball just ran out of play as he tried to feed Aidan McGeady down that left hand side. Defensive shape there, you can just see Christian Deutsch slotting in between Tavares and McGeady. So it's a 4-4-2 in attacking shape, but defensively Deutsch's just been dropping in a little bit as Porto tries to play through the lines to Kenner. Kenner again to Miller down that right hand side. Goes out for a Hibs throw. A fair few Hibs fans here again today, slightly fewer than the ones that attended the game against Hartlepool on Wednesday, but still a fantastic backing from the Hibees. There were a number as well at the training session, the open training session yesterday, and they had a real informal chat with Lee Johnson as Aidan McGeady looks to switch the ball and utilise the pace of Jar Tavares. But the trialist, number 14 for Burton, does well there to recover and just to stop him from getting in behind. Joe Newell now created the first goal. Plays the ball down the right hand side to Lewis Miller, but it's just too far in front of him. The supporters must have been sat with Lee Johnson for a good half an hour, 45 minutes, as they went through a number of different topics ranging from the transfer window to style of play. Really insightful for those that made it out here, and we're really grateful for their support and their backing. Hibs looking to break away. Joe Newell now looking for options. Looked like it was fouled there. The referee blows a free kick. Him and Nohan Kanner just working well together to win that ball back. Poyers tries to clip it down the right hand side, but just too far in front of Miller. Win the ball, as you can see just then. There's a switch there from the Burton Albion defender, just runs out of play, and Hibs are have regained possession just from Lewis Stevenson. Nice little movement there from Nohan Kanner to turn on the ball. It's real fight and battle from the Hibs guys as Doidge comes deep. And acres of space there to collect the ball. Slight pause in play though as Borthwick Jackson goes down with a little injury. Not what you want to see for either side during pre-season, so close to the start of the campaign. Obviously we get underway in competitive action next weekend. Clyde at home. Tickets are on sale for that game, so make sure you head over to the Hibernian FC website or the ticketing website to get yours. You can of course still get a season ticket for the upcoming campaign. All roads lead to Easter Road. Sales have been really good so far, and this is the way that supporters can guarantee their ticket for the entire season, but especially for our first game of the season, or first home game of the season I should say, when we take on Hearts, the Edinburgh derby at Easter Road. Play resumes then. Nolan Kenner just drives the ball forwards into Tavares. Even Miller combining nicely there. Tavares really exciting winger. A lot of the staff actually around this result have been telling everyone how promising a talent that he really is. Flourished for Benfica B last year. Good feet. This play's switched to Joe Newell. Tries to feed it through to Louis Stevenson. Can he quite keep it in? He can. But it's good defending there from Sam Hughes to cut the ball out just in front of Christian Doidge. Nice work from Newell and from Louis Stevenson. Both been staples of this Hibs side now, certainly for Joe for a couple of years, but Louis obviously his whole career. Aidan McGeady over this one. What do we expect from this? Will it be whipped in this time? It certainly will be towards the front post, but it's sliced clear just ahead of Tavares. Newell wins the second ball. He comes back out to McGeady. It's been a good test this for Hibs so far. Against Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's side. It's obviously his Hasselbank's second spell in charge of Burton Albion as McGeady looks to break through, but the offside flag is up again. Just a different type of run from the winger there. Someone can come deep, dictate play, but also use that little burst of pace to get in behind. There's a fair few players in this Burton Albion side that have left and returned to the club. Sam Hughes there, who took the free kick, had two loan spells at the club before joining permanently from Leicester City this summer. As they try to switch the ball out of play to that left-hand side, but it runs out. Miller quickly there, picking the ball up to restart the proceedings. Neither keeper really been tested too much other than the goals, as McClellan drives forward and looks to be brought down there. Yes, he was. Foul there from Terry Taylor. Real confidence there from the young centre-half. It looks like Borthwick Jackson's down once again. The referee hasn't seen it. Struggling there, the former Man United man. Yeah, looks like he is coming off Cameron Borthwick-Jackson. And he'll be replaced by their number 26, Ryan Leake. Actually born in Burton was Ryan Leake. Started through the Wolves Academy before progressing into Welsh football, winning the Welsh Premier League with the New Saints, and now at Burton Albion. Also been capped by Wales under 17s. Geedy just rolls the ball back to Carl McClelland. Into Ryan Porteous now, drives forwards. Carl McClelland to Geedy, tries to turn, play the ball to Louis Stevenson, just runs out of play again. Just those little combinations not quite coming off yet for Hibs. Always get that though at the start of pre-season, especially when there's so many new faces in and amongst the team, trying new formations, new styles, new systems. Again there from Sam Hughes, just to stop Ellie Yuan from getting through on goal. Tavares now. In the back, nice little player interchange from him and Ellie Yuan as Tavares gets pushed down, and it's a good spot for a free kick there. Nice little combination between the two new Hibs men. He skipped past a couple of players before being brought down by Oshalaja. Oshalaja, who looks to have stepped up slightly from the centre-back role that he'd started in following the introduction of Ryan Leake. Geedy and Joe Newell and Ryan Porteous actually over this one. Geedy's taking shape. Aidan McGeady with the free kick. That's just over the bar. Good range that for the Hibs new man. Good opportunity as well. Obviously we saw Burton Albion take the lead in this one from a free kick situation. A little bit closer than that one. Ellie Yuan really pressing forwards now. This is exactly what Lee Johnson wants to see from his players, pressing from the front, hunting in packs. And you can see winning the ball back just there. Big round of applause from the Hibs faithful as well for that. Miller just looking for his options. Another throw. This time he goes all the way back to Ryan Porteous again, just to build from the back. Lee Johnson wants his players to play forward and break through the lines, but the opportunity has to be right. Again, a really nice ball from Joe Newell to find Louis Stevenson, who crosses the ball into the box. The defender just gets there again, ahead of Christian Doige. Really good block again from Sam Hughes. Doige looked like he was going to get on the end of it, but the defender was just there to intercept it first. Louis Stevenson really bombing on down this left-hand side. He has been during this game. Yeah. Tavares. Good block there from Miller into Yuan. Johan can't quite find his man, but again the pressing was there to try and win that ball back. Johan, excellent from him to make up from his slight mistake in giving the ball away, but to win it back and show that desire, exactly what Lee Johnson wants to see. Now gets it down this right hand side. Joe Newell's there if he needs support, and he finds him. Newell clips it into the box, but it's just over the head of Christian Doidge and out for a goal kick. Burton Albion now just down this left-hand side inside the Hibs half. That's Lewis Miller, just takes a slight knock there from the trialist. Again, a little bit of afters. Super calm there from Kevin Dabrowski as he looked to be chased down on the ball. I'm sure he'd still fancy himself as a centre midfielder, would Kev. He had a bit of a breakthrough year last season, obviously making his debut against Hearts and winning man of the match in front of the Sky Sports cameras. Been at Hibs a long time now as Kevin, joining back in 2017. Great guy to have around the building and a really promising future. 24 years of age is Kevin, just coming into his element now, and having David Marshall here, I'm sure, will help kick him on. As Porteous wins the ball in the middle of midfield. Kenner into Tavares, again is brought down and wins Hibs a free kick just inside the Burton half. Not really getting any space or time, Tavares, but when he's had the ball he looks tricky and is winning a lot of free kicks. This time Stevenson combining nicely with Newell. Tries to find him again, but just runs out of play.
Unlucky. Let's go again. Organize. Come on, quicker. Get back to your position. Watch your shape, lads. Talk to each other. Watch, Porto. Guy. Keep up.
Not too long left now in this first half. It's still Hibs 1, Burton Albion 1. Burton Albion took the lead fairly early on, but Hibs responded well. It was an excellent strike from Eli Johan, who's looking to get in behind here, showing his pace. But the defender, Ryan Leake, does really well. And the referee blows for a free kick there. Eli Johan really on his heels, trying to get in behind and win that ball back. He's got a bit of everything, has Eli. Pace, power, and as we saw earlier, an excellent finish just from outside the area. Ball's flicked on there, but again Lee Stevenson beats his man and Hibs are able to regain possession. It's been an excellent first half from Lee Stevenson. Difficult one that to control for Joe Newell, and the ball's come into the area, but again Hibs defenders get around and try and stop the shot. The ball eventually fell to number 23 Terry Taylor, but his half volley didn't harm or didn't test Kevin Dabrowski. Just got to be a little bit tighter in those areas. trying to kind of pass and break through the lines. The ball into Joe Newell was a difficult one there for him to control, which is why it causes a little bit of issues. Newell into Tavares, back to Newell. Spreads it wide to Lewis Miller, but again it's just a bit loose. Lee Johnson quite calm on the touchline at the moment, talking constantly to his coaching team. Obviously he brought Jamie McAllister and Adam Owen with him. David Gray, though, also playing a massive part in his first team setup. Very different to other coaching setups as well. They all seem to take different training sessions, different elements of the session, so you're hearing different voices and different instructions all the time. All the coaches obviously singing from the same hymn sheet. There's a real standard and quality about the coaching team, and real pedigree behind them, as Tavares nicks the ball back there to stop any cross coming into the box. Tavares again wins the ball back and tries to go down that right hand side, goes past his man before being fouled again by number 14, the trialist. Really got that ability, has Jar to drive a team up the pitch. Raw pace, skill, trickiness. A little bit what this Hibs side was missing last season after the departure of Martin Boyle. Tavares again into Miller. Miller feeds it through to Eliuan, gets into the box, he's looking for his options, tries to find Doidge, but again Sam Hughes is there to cut the ball out ahead of the striker. McClellan did excellently there to win the ball back. The referee seems to have blown for a foul. Really nice passage of play that, though, to get Eliuan into that position and into the box. Tavares, Miller working well down that right hand side, then feeding Eliuan into the box using his pace, his movement. He just couldn't find that final pass into the feet of Christian Doidge, which have made it count. Early signs, though, like I said earlier, early on in pre-season, that we can be a real success. And the half-time whistle goes here. It's 1-1, Hibs 1, Burton Albion 1. Burton Albion took the lead after 7 minutes or so through Ghassan Ahadmi, the 21-year-old Spanish striker. A free kick took a deflection off the wall, hit the post and fell to the striker about 5 yards out. It's a really fast-paced start from the League One side, but Hibs responded really well. Obviously the first setback that they've had, and Eliuan scored a magnificent goal. Nohan Kenner won the ball back in the middle of midfield, fed it into Joe Newell. Joe Newell drove us up the pitch, played the ball into the feet of Yuan, who took a touch and drilled a fantastic 20-yard effort into the bottom corner. We'll leave you now for half-time and be back shortly. Yeah, need some water.
zona, Marco. Só tens uma zona para ali.
Seguro que dice los petos. Maguquinho. Esse homem é maguquinho.
Dino. Play now.
Maguquinho. No se me. Después, a mí me comí una mierda, no tenía pena. Y por la noche ayer, eso, llegué rápido para acostarme y me comí un par de pinchitos de pollo de pinchado y un poco de arroz. Y esto todo el día comí nada. Muy buen oído. ¿Me la cogí? Ahora practicaron.
Coge la mitad, yo la otra mitad.
A ver, y que Pedro vaya a escuchar. Y yo pues, ¿y esa compañera? Por favor, vete. Que no puedo operar. Estos riesgos de muerte. ¿Mí? ¿Era acuático o no? Yo que iba en serio. Yo le tengo unos lavados. Creo que se los rico que nada aquí. Con jabón y todo, para quitarle la mierda. ¿Eh? Sí, hombre, claro.
Sí, se me da el agua, ¿verdad?
lado de la fuente y todos los niños flipaban, estaban y yo... Claro, estoy hablando de tercero de la ESO, el móvil súper tarde, en plan, fui de los últimos. Tenía la Play y hablaba con mi amigo por la Play, porque necesitaba un móvil. Y teníamos que dar aquí.
Quedaba después de comer,
Y si no se conectaba, yo ya había muerto, o sea, en plan, no sé qué es lo que había pasado con él. Los amigos, no, no me enfado. Y me va a picar a mí y me va a... Espérate.
que no podía fallar, amigo, como fallara ya.
¿Qué es lo que estaba hablando? Que sí, hay un emulador.
Como fallara ya empezaba ya...
Ella iba a morir de todas formas, ya sea muerta y picándolo. Sí, de la Nintendo. En verdad hay emulador de todo. Si lo buscas bien, hay de todo. Ah, bueno, del FIFA entonces es más fácil todavía. Puedes emular cualquier enlace de root si lo quieres jugar online y ya está. Qué locura, como la has reventado, bicho. ¿Qué? Aquí. Literalmente la ha cortado por la mitad. De momento están ahí de chill. A mí, que le tenían sonido, me han sonado un par de WhatsApp y bueno, no pasa nada, y de repente va a empezar a llamar a mi tía. Qué bueno, pues. Eso es lo que quiere, pero ahora mismo no puede. Y el ambiente que está creado. Ha dicho el ambiente, y dice, no, está quitado y agarra, no, está aquí hablando tan normal. O sea, que ha dicho está quitado. Algo científico.
Yeah.
Hey, ya viene mi pana.
We will have 2 people this time.
So you just say talk whenever you want to talk.
You give me some questions as well.
Yeah, so I'll basically like say read the chats or whatever. And say, oh yeah, really good opportunity. Hey, do you know what I mean? Like,
Qué guapísimo que en verdad no teníamos ese de bueno puedo creer, tío. Por los restos.
I was nervous.
There's a black bag down there, mate.
Thank you for joining us. We're back for the second half. I'm delighted that I have a co-commentator with me for this half, so hopefully you won't have to listen to some of my nonsense for the next 45 and actually listen to Kevin Dabrowski. Kevin, you okay?
I'm very well. Good afternoon, guys. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna listen a bit of your message. I'm happy day. Very happy to be here. First half was really good from us. We dominated the game, so that was really impressive. They were very lucky with the goal. The second hit the post. That's how they score, and our goal was really good, very solid. It was a good team goal. The way we especially went for it because the reaction. We went for the reaction and we scored a goal. So thank you from the boys. Let's start the second half.
Absolutely. The second half is now underway. As I mentioned before the game started, there is a different starting 11 out on the pitch right now and a change in formation. You'll see a 4-3-3 from Lee Johnson's side in this half. In goal is David Marshall, right back Chris Cadden, with a centre-back pairing of Rocky Bashiri and Jack Bryden as the ball's played into the area for number 25. A good save there from David Marshall. It comes back to him. But again, Cadden's in the way. The ball's still in the area, but loads of bodies on the line there from the Hibees, and the ball is cleared. Great stop there from David Marshall.
Great start by David. Good start. He was set up and he was in a perfect position. That's what he said. Well done, David.
And continuing through the starting 11, then there'll be a midfield three. Jake Doyle-Hayes will be the deepest of the three, and in front of him will be Alan Delfieri and Josh Campbell. On the left-hand side is Ewan Henderson, in a different role for him, obviously, than his number 10 role, where he was against Hartlepool. On the right is Runar Hauger, and up front is Elias Melkson, back in his normal position. Hendo into Delfieri. To Josh Campbell. Nice little passage of play there.
Definitely. He's very target.
Jake Doyle-Hayes loves to dictate, doesn't he? It's his main strength. As Campbell's slipped into the box, and it's in! Elias Melkson scores, and it's 2-1 to Hibs. Fantastic work there from Josh Campbell. Nice little passage of play, and Elias Melkson did what he does best.
Definitely. Once again, great reaction from the boys, especially when the opponent had a chance. And again, beautiful team goal. Perfect. Just joy to watch, isn't it?
Absolutely, and Elias Melkson, he loves making that front post run, doesn't he? Getting in front of a defender. It's like one of his goals against Motherwell.
Exactly. You could tell he's hungry for goals. He never stops, and that's the perfect attitude for a young striker.
Yeah, and again gets underway. Really good start to this half from Lee Johnson's side, and added impetus. Obviously, the lads wanting to make sure they get the most out of the game. What was it like for you, Kevin, in the first half? Obviously, you weren't tested too much.
Well, compared to the last game, the high tempo was much faster. So the game was a bit faster, so I had to think very quickly, especially when I received the pass from my defenders. So the strikers from the opposition, they pressed me straight away. So I had to think, and I had to have a picture before make a decision and pass the ball. So I had to be very focused and be on my toes.
Runar Haugen now down his right hand side. Chris Cadden's overlapping and he finds him in the box. Chris Cadden, good block there from the defender though to stop the cross, and it goes out for a corner. Really nice little combination there between Runar Hauger, Chris Cadden and Josh Campbell, who's had a really good start to this half, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Same with Runar. Runar looks very alive as well. That's perfect start for them in the second half. Hopefully they're gonna keep like this and we will score more goals.
Hauger's cross from the
yes.
corner.
Oh,
close there for Josh Campbell, wasn't it?
Very close one. Well, that's a great start once again. We created chances, so I'm sure we're gonna score another one.
Absolutely. Yeah, nice little set piece as well. I was saying in the first half that all the set pieces have been a little bit different. The same one didn't happen twice in a row, and you could see there as well another short corner that was played out before the cross was made into the box. Really keeps the opposition defenders on their toes.
Exactly, especially we've been working on it. We put so much effort about it, about the set pieces, how important they are. So we're really glad that we've done our homework.
Chris Cadden now is down his right hand side.
It's good for the young boys, especially having such an experienced player like Katz. He played almost in every game last season, so for Runa right now, Josh Campbell, it's good to have him.
Runar Hauger as well, I mentioned him in the first game, but he's had a really good training camp, hasn't he? He's been really bright, really buzzing, and seems to have made some steps on from last season.
Well, definitely, especially in the first training when he came, especially when he go back from Norway, he looked very sharp. You could tell that he's done very good preparation for the preseason, and now as you can see on the pitch, that paid off, and it's working. That's the most important.
Absolutely, I think there's been some changes as well to the Burton Albion starting lineup. Not a full 11 changed, but the majority of them. So we'll try and piece together who is playing where for you. It's good pressing again there from Josh Campbell, who wins the ball back. Elias Melkerson just almost got it in the area, but again the trialist number 14, who was buzzing around in the first half, you probably heard me mention him quite a lot, just got there in front of Melkerson. The ball goes out for another set piece.
Once again, great team pressing by all the boys. You could tell that the gaffer here he wants us to press in a very high tempo, and once again they show that we almost score again.
Ewan Henderson over this one. Hendo whips across into the box. It's met by Rocky Bashiri, and it's just over the bar. It seemed to hit a Burton Albion man just before the goalkeeper. Great chance there, really good first contact from Rocky Bashiri. And we've taken the second set piece quickly. Henderson into Jake Doyle-Hayes, clips the ball into the box. Jack Bryden up this time. Went through a number of bodies, and it's another set piece. Really, really good start, hasn't it been, Kevin, to this second
Exactly.
half?
How about this delivery from Hendo? That's his thing. I love it when Hendo gives you a really good cross. You can tell that whenever he wants to put the ball will always go there. So it's good to have him for set pieces, which are really important for us. Once again, Hendo.
Hendo whips the ball in. Chris Cadden meets it this time, but glances it over the bar. I suppose the most impressive thing about these set pieces is the amount of times that we get the first contact.
Yeah, definitely. It's very dangerous as well for the opposition. So we just have to keep doing it.
But now we're looking to bring the ball out, but Chris Cadden's pressing, and the ball falls to Rocky Bashiri. Slightly loose there from Josh Campbell and Rocky, but we've regained possession again with Jake Doyle-Hayes.
Great composure by Rocky.
To Runar Haug now. Runar tries to slide it through to Elias Melkerson, who's through one-on-one. Melkerson, and he scores! Fantastic finish there from Elias Melkerson, really showing his ability in front of goal. And what a ball by Runar Hauger as well to slip him through, the Norwegians combining.
How about this Norwegian duo? Beautiful. They basically understood without words. Well done, boys. Well done.
Yeah, the best of friends off the pitch and combining excellently there, the pair of them, to put that one away and to put Hibs 3-1 up here against Burton Albion.
Well done, the Vikings.
How much does Elias Melkerson work on his finishing? Because obviously I can imagine that you face him quite a lot.
Well, I have to be honest, he works on it almost every day. He wants to work on it every day, but sometimes the coaches, they look at him and just say, listen, you have to rest, you have to get ready for the game. So that shows you his hunger, how hungry he is. He wants to work on himself every single day, and it's not only on finishing, as well in every aspect at the gym. So we're very glad to have such a young player who is very professional and got such a good attitude, because the young boys from development team can take an example from him and learn how to do it.
And he did really well there as well to win as a set piece, which was just headed away. Rocky tried to keep it alive in the second phase, but the keeper, the changed keeper, I believe, Cameron Hawkins, just got the game back going again. Bryn Morris there, feeds it back, but the pressing's really strong in this second half.
Very effective, huh?
Forcing them into so many mistakes. Alan Del Fieri tries to win that one. Another player, Kevin, isn't he, that's really made some steps this over the summer and into the new campaign.
Definitely, exactly like Runa. He did really well. His first impression was very good. First training, he started training with us. He looked sharp and composed. He wants to play. He is a brave player. So that's the kind of player we need, and I'm really happy that the way he trains and the way he's playing can help us.
Lovely little turn again there from Elias Melkerson. How sharp does he look, by the way? He's come back, his physique, he looks bigger, stronger.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can tell straight away when you look at him that he gained some muscles. And as you see, that really helping right now as well in terms of performance.
Doig whips the ball into the box, looking for Melkerson. Just can't find him, and the trialist again is forced to put the ball behind for a corner. Really, really good start to this half from the Hibees. Henderson again over this set piece. Runar Hauger, I believe, is next to him, just in case we fancy a short one. We've seen that a couple of times so far. Henderson delivers the ball into the box. Rocky was up, it's fallen to Jack Bryden. Tries to keep it alive, but Bryn Morris just gets there and able to clear. But again, Hibs regain the ball with Josh Doig. Burton just pressing a little bit more now, like they were in the first half. Kieran Gilligan there, just forcing Josh Doig back. Campbell looking for the one over the top to Henderson, who is offside.
Well, except the first save David Marshall made. Right now, he's having a really quiet game. So that's really good for him, but that shows you how important that save was. Because after that, we scored 2 important goals.
What's he been like, obviously, since he's come in the summer? He's a really experienced goalkeeper, so many international caps, big saves and big teams, especially down south that he's played for. What's he been like with you?
He's been great. He's been exactly like the great career he had. He's such a great guy as well. That's why I understand why he went to the top. He's been very humble, helpful for me as well. So that's very important as well, that having such a good goalkeeper is also as well good to have a really good teammate who you can talk whenever you want.
Yeah, and I can imagine he'll probably push you on as well. Obviously, you're only 24 years of age, and you had a taste of first-team football last year. Having someone of his experience with you can only benefit you, right?
Exactly. Right now, I feel that I just get better and better, and that's the best thing about it. I feel not even better than the last season, so I'm looking forward to more games and more training sessions with David Marshall.
Absolutely, a good header there from Rocky Bashiri. Bruno Hauger just probably offside, which is why he didn't contest the defender. But Cads again straight into the tackle. The intensity, the pressing that we've mentioned a lot on commentary over the last probably game and a half is really, really evident there. That'll probably be the biggest thing that the Hibs faithful see this year, is that pressing, the willingness to win the ball back, and how quick then we want to burst forward once we bring it back. Burton Albion, though, in the Hibs half right now. They tried to switch the ball out wide to Lakin. It's just over him.
Once again, great position from our team. Make the mistake from the opponent. Well done, boys. See how important as well is to be in a good position as well when we don't have it. It's very crucial as well for the moments like this.
Yeah, the positioning element is one thing I think that a lot of people will have noticed in terms of the way the defenders are allowed to step up. But the trialist here, just 20 yards out, tries to skip past Josh Campbell, but Josh really calm there. And again, that positionally, we were just talking about that. His positioning there was perfect, wasn't it, Josh? Because he could come over and give Chris Cadden that support.
Yes, it's good to have a player like Josh. His position, and I always been laughing that he's got eyes behind his head as well, because the vision he's got is very good for us.
Hibs winning the ball back again, midway or halfway into the Burton Albion half. Alan Del Fieri on the ball down this left-hand side. We've just changed the mic on for Kevin Dabrowski, so hopefully you'll be able to hear him a little bit more clearer now. The technical guys are working on that as we speak. Josh Campbell again, just with the ball deep into Rocky. Goes all the way back to David Marshall. What's the training camp been like then, Kevin, this week? Has been double, triple sessions on some days. The sun, obviously, it's been bright, warm. What's it been like? Fantastic. Yeah, the preparation's been really good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible as well. Like the coaches we had, they know what they're doing, and that's one of the best preseasons I ever had as well. Some of the boys say that exactly the same. So as we can see right now, that pays off on the pitch.
Really unfortunate there for Elias Melkerson as well. Again, just trying to get in behind the defence, trying to latch onto a long ball over the top, but the offside flag was up. He's really, really, really sharp this afternoon. You seem to enjoy the recovery session as well on Wednesday.
Definitely, it was so much fun, especially me being in the pool. You know, I used to be a swimmer. I used to almost be like a fish. So every single time I have a chance being in water, I'm just loving it.
Never seen anyone in real life swim as professionally as you did during your recovery.
Yeah, the best thing is maybe it's been a while the last time I had a swimming competition. But as soon as I get to this water, everything just gets back, all the memories. So it's good to remember this.
David Marshall now, just the ball at his feet.
Good start from Jack Brydon for the young boy. I'm really happy for him as well that he had a chance to come with us. He's still very young, but the way he looks, you wouldn't say he's such a young boy, and that's just really good for him, being involved with the first team. And as you see, in every session, in every game, he gets just more and more confident.
Yeah, really nice that again from Runar Hauger as well to release Cadden down that right-hand side. Good ball into the box, just couldn't quite find anyone. But Runar Hauger again just showing the signs of the ability that he's got as Cadden whips the ball into the box to Melkerson. He's off the bar, but the offside flag is up again. Melkerson just playing on that final man on the shoulder, just trying to find that little pockets of space, but an excellent cross that from Chris Cadden.
Has been a little bit unlucky, to be honest, but what a ball by Chris. Nothing surprised me. Last season, in every game he always delivered a great cross. So once again, it's good to see him just keeping up the same hype level.
Absolutely, Chris Cadden will be looking to build on his performances from last year, obviously winning the Player of the Year award.
Very successful season for him in terms individually, so he'll be looking forward to push even more. So I'm looking forward to play and to see him play.
It's Burton Albion throwing up this, or up there, right-hand side, the Hibs left-hand side. It's taken quickly, but Jake Doyle-Hayes is able to read it. But it does run out for a Burton Albion corner. First time they've really pressed on since that opening chance of the half. David Marshall producing a really, really good save. Then number 40 then, Charlie Lakin over to take it. Bryn Morris has come short for him. Ball delivered into the box, deep into the box, just over the head of John Brayford. John Brayford, Burton Albion's club captain. It's actually his third spell with Burton Albion. Came through their academy and he's gone on with obviously other periods in between. I think he played for Derby County as well. He's made over 300 appearances for Burton Albion now. Cadden just taking his time over this throw-in down the right. Tries to find Melkerson, but man gets in the way. Josh Campbell into Runar. Great strength again there from Cads, looking to clip the ball over to Elias Melkersen.
Once again, it shows you how physically we are prepared as a team. The gym session has been really tough, but once again they paid off. And look at this difference between our players and the opposition.
Yeah, one thing that shocked me, Kevin, was the amount of the intensity in terms of the games and the fitness levels that the lads are showing already. Obviously, it's very early on in pre-season, and albeit with the competitive games starting next week, you have to be physically ready. But normally it's for that first league game, isn't it, where you're really right at it. But the lads look to have that spark at the moment.
Definitely, it's such a good start. So I hope we just keep like this and just get better and better in every aspect. Right now, it's looking very promising.
Yeah, Brayford just down that right-hand side. Cross was swung in as well from Williams Kokolo. They win the ball back. Burton Albion looking to get the ball into the box again. Runs across the box, but no one there is from Burton Albion. Chris Cadden able calmly to come and clear. A nice little ball that, though, from their number 27, Tom Hewlett. Hewlett, a young striker. I think there's a lot of promise for him, certainly from the Burton Albion end. Good pressing again there from Hibs. It's almost 1v1 all over the pitch at the moment in this change of shape. Jake Doyle-Hayes again wins the ball back. Alan Del Fieri now in the middle of the pitch. Options around him, and Runar plays a nice one too before he spreads it out wide. Chris Cadden. Nice 1-2 again, and Cads gets into the area, holds off the trialist, goes down, but the referee waves away the appeals. Really nice work there from Chris Cadden. Could have been a penalty, Kevin.
Well, I think the defender did well enough. He's been quite smart in this situation. He stayed up at the end, so I think the ref couldn't give a penalty. But once again, great action, 1-2 by the boys, which was a big threat for the opposition.
Josh Doig now just inside the Burton Albion half with a throw in down that left-hand side. Just looking for his options. Into Alan Del Fieri. Holds off his man really nicely and is able to play the ball forwards.
That's what I was talking about, Alan. He's a very composed player, especially for his young age.
Yeah, he's super young, isn't he? Alan Del Fieri has had a taste of first-team football at Standard Liège, where he came through, and also on one of his loan spells. Obviously made his debut at the end of last season against St Johnstone on the final day. David Gray brought him on.
Well, that must be a very special day for him, which he will never forget. Making debut for such a big club like Hibernian. It's always a dream come true, especially Easter Road. So I'm sure that after that he wants more, and he's ready to play even more games for Hibs.
He's such a happy, smiley guy as well, isn't he?
Oh, you cannot like him. Just such a lovely boy. Just it's so great to have him smiling all the time. It's quite this kind of smile is kind of contagious in a positive way. So just perfect to have people like that, and we should always have more people like him.
Absolutely, and there's a nice little clipped pass there from Chris Cadden down the right-hand side to Ewan Henderson. As we just go for the drinks break midway through this half, it is Hibernian 3, Burton Albion 1. Elias Melkersen scoring 2 great efforts. The first one was a real poacher's finish, similar to the goal he scored against Motherwell, getting across the front man and placing the ball into the back of the net. Second one went through one-on-one with the substitute goalkeeper for Burton Albion. They did really well with that finish, and it was the Norwegians, or as Kevin says, the Vikings combining.
The Vikings duo are unstoppable, so it's so good to have them and see them playing together. You could tell they've got this chemistry, so I really hope so to see them play together more often.
Yeah, it's obviously now as the lads are taking on some water, the pitch is getting some water on it as well. how good a first half almost of the second half was that?
Well, it was very impressive and was such a great start for the boys, and it was a very big joy to watch the football. So far it's a really beautiful game from us. I love the chances we create, so I'm really looking forward for the upcoming chances.
Absolutely, I'm sure there'll be more in this half. Hibs have looked very, very lively during the start of from the start of the second half. You can see both managers just giving a little bit of an instruction to their players. It's vitally important that in pre-season, isn't it? Just to get those messages across.
Especially in this heat, some of the boys can forget some of the tasks they got told. So it's always good to have a coaches to remind you about stuff like this. Especially it's not easy to play in this heat. So big respect for our boys playing really well on a high tempo, pressing all the time. Because as I said, it's not easy playing over 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Especially we're from Scotland, so we're not used to it.
You've got a skin on as well. Is that a cooling skin, or
well,
you just prefer a long sleeve?
It's more for protection. Being a goalkeeper, making those dives sometimes can be very hurtful. My skin sometimes burns, so having this under armor it prevents kind of injury.
Yeah, perfect.
So it's not. If I had the chance to play with a short sleeve, I would go for it.
Yeah.
I try to stay as professional as possible to make as comfortable safe as possible for myself as well and stay fit.
Fantastic, and it looks like the lads are just about to come back out onto the pitch. How have the new lads been settling in, Kevin? Have they been good additions in the dressing room, in the team?
Absolutely, it's been a great addition. As you can see, we got so much pace, which is really good for us, making those counter attacks. As you can see, when we did those counter attacks in the game, it was very pacey as well. So that's a good addition for our team.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about pace, it's probably one thing that we did lack last year, but it's been resolved in this transfer window. Obviously, Eli Yuan coming in, who scored that fantastic goal in the first half. Jar Tavares as well, real pace about him and skill. And Lewis Miller as well, real athleticism that he provides to this team.
Especially massive credit for the boys, because they came from different cultures, from different leagues, from a different country. I know what it feels like, especially them being so young. So right now, having those boys, one of them scoring a goal, it's just great to see.
Yeah, the players are coming back out now for the final 20 plus minutes of this game. Like I mentioned earlier, obviously competitive football does start very shortly, so Clyde tickets are on sale currently, and of course you can still purchase your season ticket. Sales are going well, and the only way that you can secure your ticket at this point for our game, our first home game of the 22-23 campaign against Hearts, is by purchasing a season ticket. All roads lead to Easter Road, and we need your support to have a successful year this season. As the game gets underway now, and Jack Bryden midway through the Hibernian half with the ball, tries to ping a little left-footed pass there. Something that he's been working on, isn't it? That distribution out from the back, Jack Bryden and the other centre halves.
He's been especially back in Edinburgh in the training centre, especially here in Portugal. So it's good to see having such a young boy who wants to improve. Oh, that was a nasty tackle from one of the players from Burton.
Yeah,
Especially that was no good idea to hit Jake Doe. We know his temper, his Irish temper, so it's quite good for him, and lucky enough for the boy that he didn't get too upset.
Jake is the nicest man off the pitch, isn't he?
He
and
is.
then on the pitch, he's like the Terminator.
Oh Jesus, that's just crazy. He's got those two faces, but as you said, he's the nicest guy ever. Love him to bits, but as soon as he gets angry, he shows his true Irish second face. But it's good to have that thing in him. That's why he went really high and far in his football career.
Yeah, he looks to switch the ball to Chris Cadden, but just can't quite get it right. But the idea was still there. Chris Cadden really pushing on high, trying to get in behind. Jake just loves to dictate that play from from deep, and he's trying to drive the ball and play the ball forwards more and more now. That's what Lee Johnson wants, is Ewan Henderson plays a quick throw in into Elias Melkersen, gets the ball back.
Especially it's great to have a Jake as a player who can play forward, who can be as well a defensive midfielder, so we can always rely on any aspect from him.
Yeah, switch there from Alan Del Fieri. Kaz just keeps it alive into Jake Doyle-Hayes again.
Great turn by Jake again. You could tell that still for a young boy he's a very experienced player.
Great ball there from Alan Del Fieri, but Runar Hallgren's just in front of him and his Norwegian comrade Elias Melkersen. Nice little idea that from Alan again, something a little bit different, trying to play the ball forwards into those spaces as Chris Cadden's down this right hand side, driving into the box, drills the ball across the face of goal. It's just over from Ewan Henderson, about 5-6 yards out there. Hendo, the ball came perfectly across to him, but he just couldn't keep it down.
Unfortunately, he couldn't do it. The ball was a bit pacey. We know it's always difficult when the ball is really fast, especially the pitch. It got so much water in there, so after the bounce go even faster. I'm sure he will score another chance. Yeah. Once again, great ball from Chris Cadden. That's the quality player, and that's the best thing he can always do and deliver.
Yeah, and another really positive sign there, the progression that this Hibs team is making under Lee Johnson, the quality of the cross, the bodies in the box. It's one of the big things I think that's been an improvement, or a noticeable improvement, since we've been playing these pre-season games. There's a real desire, isn't there, to get as many bodies in that box as possible.
You just read my mind. That's what I was going to say. Desire, that's the word. You can see there's so much desire on the pitch from every single player, and that's just so good to see.
Runar Haugen now on the ball. Gets taken off him. Burton looked to just calm the tempo down a bit, but Elias Melkersen, he's charging all over the pitch to try and win that ball back. Really got the bit between his teeth after his 2 goals, and it forces him into a mistake, and Melkersen's in. Elias Melkersen, it's saved by the keeper or blocked. I'm not quite sure from this angle, but a really good opportunity there for Elias to get his hat-trick.
It showed you that desire to get the ball. It's just unbelievable from Elias, and he was really close to get a hat-trick. But well, we've still got plenty of time, so I really hope we're going to witness it.
Absolutely, and Ewan Henderson there obviously winning the ball back as well. That desire, the word that you used just moments ago, is so evident when the ball is there to be won. Really hunting in packs as Henderson delivers again towards Rocky Bashiri, but it's head clear by the Burton Albion captain John Brayford. Josh Doig now with the ball into Alan Del Fieri. Battle there for Jack Bryden as the ball's switched out wide to Lakin. There's a man overlapping. Lakin has options and finds him. Cross it across the box. It falls to 25 and Burton Albion score. Kieran Gilligan scores there for Burton Albion. A nice little passage of play from them. The ball was fed out to this left-hand side to Williams Kokolo, and he played a nice ball back into the box, which was placed in by the Burton Albion midfielder.
Unfortunately, no chance for David Marsh to save that goal. Very good finish from the Barton's player.
Yeah, 3-2 to Hibernian now here. Nice little build-up there. Difficult from a goalkeeper's perspective, that type of cross, because you're almost like a sitting target, aren't you?
Yeah, it's very, very tough. So I feel it's just one of the things when the goalies just can't save every single ball. That's why it's not easy for keepers. Sometimes you have to take it because you couldn't do much. Obviously, as a goalkeeper, you want to save everything, like me and Dave. So unfortunately, he couldn't do anything with this one.
Yeah, but it's still been a really positive half from Hibs. 3-2 ahead, 2-1 up with this starting 11. Elias Melkersen will still be looking for that hat-trick, I'm sure, as Jack Bryden has the ball inside his own half. There's a handful of Burton Albion fans here as well, which is nice to see for both teams having a little bit of banter there with the Hibernian FC supporters.
Absolutely great thing to see, seeing our fans after especially a long break. It's so appreciative that them for coming such a long way from Edinburgh to Portugal. It shows you
Alfieri with a cross.
What it means for them, our club.
Yeah, you have a really great relationship with the supporters as well, don't you? As Chris Cadden, it's just offside. Yeah, your relationship with the supporters, you really take the time after games. It's noticed, I think, by everyone to go round and clap basically every single person that's in that stadium.
Well, I'm very grateful for them. They always been there for me, especially me being so long at the club, waiting for my debut. So that really helped me. They really helped me to keep going, and especially after my debut. The applause I received was just unbelievable, and I will be always thankful and grateful for till the end of my life.
Just a little foul there from Elias Melkerson, but again he was showing that determination to win the ball back. Burton Albion just trying to build from the back again. Hibs players sat in their shape, just waiting for that trigger, for that moment where they know they can compress and hunt impacts. It's all about the timing in that, isn't it, Kevin?
It is definitely. Timing just helps you a lot. Especially it's good to always have a good quality, but when you've got without the right timing, that won't help you.
And you could see it just there when we won the ball back. Now obviously back in possession, he's just waiting for that right moment, and then we can really take advantage and win the ball. Chris Cadden, nice little 1-2, wasn't that, with Josh Campbell as he breaks through. Gives the ball to Ewan Henderson outside the area, into Melkerson. Melkerson wide to Josh Doig. Excellent little passage of play this, into Nohan Kenner. Nohan gets the ball across, and it's in! Nohan Kenner scores. A little bit of deflection there, but it's gone into the back of the net, and a little great moment there for the midfielder.
Another great team play, another great team goal. Especially everything started from Alan. Did you see his composure? Always try to go forward. He had a chance to get back play to Rocky or David, but he decided to take it on himself and go forward, give a nice repass, and everything started from here.
Yeah, really good moment for him as well.
Oh, absolutely. Once again, such a fantastic goal we scored.
And it's 4-2 to Hibernian now. Really comprehensive second half. Obviously the only disappointment will be the goal that we conceded, but equally the attacking play and the pressing has really been evident.
It shows you we were in a really good mindset. The reaction from the boys was fantastic. Losing that goal and scoring straight after is just fantastic, and that's how we always should react.
Nohan Kenner did come on for Runar Hauger just before his goal, so there's a little change in the personnel in positions. Alan Delfier, who can play, like I mentioned, against Hartlepool in a plethora of positions, a centre half, a defensive midfielder, a number 8, and at right back. Well, he's in right back right now. Chris Cannon's moved up into the right wing role, and Nohan Kenner has resumed his normal spot in the 6/8 role.
It's so great to hear all the boys as well. It shows you how important is communication, talk to each other. That's it. That's be as a one, as a team. That's for me as a goalkeeper, especially very important to have a constant communication. Helps a lot.
Great bit of distribution there, or idea from David Marshall to try and set Josh Doig down the left-hand side. But again, Hibs really good positioning from the defensive players, just to force Burton Albion into another mistake.
The boys keep going, even though scoring another goal, they just want to score and score more and more, and that's how it always should be.
Burton Albion now with the ball just inside their own half. Elias Melkerson Really clipping the heels there of the defender, wanting to win that ball back.
You can tell he's got this Viking thing in his blood. Fights for everything. Fights like for life. That's the kind of player we want to see. That's just perfect.
And absolutely what Hibs fans want to see as well, isn't it? Again, just waiting for that trigger, and Chris Cadden set it off by pressing the man. And again, it forces them long. Rocky's there to keep the ball alive. Melkerson into Henderson. Nice little skill there from Ewan Henderson as he drives now towards the left-hand side. I'm going to say that Nohan meant that little dummy as the ball fell to Rocky.
Got a little bit lucky, but sometimes you have to be a bit lucky. So, good play on him.
Jack Bryden now just looking for that moment to play forwards, but Jake Doyle-Hayes has come to give him an option. And there we go, there's the ball forwards to Henderson. Henderson tries to clip it over to Alan Del Fieri. Alan Del Fieri's in the box and shoots. It's saved by the goalkeeper, but the offside flag is raised. But again, a lovely little clipped pass that from Ewan Henderson, who seems to be enjoying that role on that left-hand side.
Definitely, you could tell there's so much joy for him, and he got this vision as well. Great ball. He was a bit unlucky with the offside. I think the line was very, very close, so I'm sure the next one will be a bit slightly better. The timing will be good as well.
Absolutely, and again, Hibs regain possession. Nohan Kenner winning the header before giving the ball back to the centre-half pairing. It's only getting hotter and hotter, isn't it, Kevin, as well? I'm sure that will start to play a part with some of the lads, especially the likes of Nohan Kenner, who will probably have around kind of 55, 60 minutes in his legs this afternoon.
Oh yeah, it's not getting easier for the boys at all. They have to keep running in this heat. It's getting warmer and warmer. But as I said before, they look really fit and they just want to keep going. So that's a massive credit for the boys.
Yeah, loose pass there from Jack Bryden. And there, Burton Albion's first goal scorer is wiggling away in the box, tries to play it to Brayford. Brayford slides the ball in, but the striker, Ghassan Ahadmi, can't quite get to it, runs through his legs. The 21-year-old looks quite lively. He's a big physical player. Joined Burton Albion under Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank in January 2022, did Ahadmi. Nohan Kenner shows his strength there to hold the ball off the Burton Albion man and draws a foul. Can see now Burton just trying to press a little bit more on the ball and the Hibs centre halves. It's another good test this though, isn't it, Kevin? A different type of team than what we faced on Wednesday against Hartlepool, who seemed quite happy to sit deep, whereas Burton Albion are a bit more in the faces of the lads. There's a bit more of an intensity about this one.
Exactly, as I said a couple minutes ago, the team start pressing from the first minute, which it's not easy, as you can see our boys do it all the time, so they're making the life and the job much more difficult for them, and especially for us as well, because the last game we played was much easier than this, so it's as well a good test for us for the League Cup.
Yeah, exactly. The next step up in preparations, ready for that Premier Sports Cup group match against Clyde. Burton Albion winning the ball up high and a break down this right-hand side. Nice little bit of skill. Josh Doig read it nicely. Brayford again on this right-hand side now. Into Gilligan, the goal scorer. Nice little feet there. He gets a shot off, but it's just wide from the Burton Albion man.
A bit of frustration from the Burton coach, as you saw. That means that our boys doing really well to avoid the goal from them.
Absolutely, a nice little feat that from Tom Hewlett, the striker stroke wide man for Burton Albion. But again, defensively there are a lot of bodies back supporting each other and trying to reduce the amount of space that the Burton Albion players have in the box. Marshall clips the ball forwards, tries to find Melkerson, takes it down and feeds it into Josh Campbell. Can't quite return it though. and Kenner now nipping at the feet of Gilligan. Marshall again, just playing out from the back to the feet of Jack Bryden. Bryden, just 18 years of age, Hibs fan. And the ball's into Ewan Henderson now. Henderson looks right to Alan Delfieri, who's pushed on down this right-hand side. Alan now tries to go past his man, gets into the box. It's a left-footed shot, but it's blocked. Comes to Cadden, whose volleys. It's just saved by the goalkeeper.
Good, strong hand from the goalie.
Again, really nice movement, really nice attacking intensity there from the Hibs players.
Definitely. I was looking for a forecast to score. He already got an assist, so now it's time for him to score a goal. I hope that will happen.
Yeah, Cad's again involved down this right-hand side in that more advanced role since Runar Hauger came off. Wasn't a planned change, so I hope he's okay, as Ewan Henderson is brought down. Hibs free kick just near the corner flag. View slightly obstructed here. We can't actually see the ball right now, but we will when it's into the box. Henderson takes it short to Cadden. Cadden back to Henderson. Lovely 1-2 between them, and Cadden's into the box. Tries an effort, but slices it wide. Didn't quite get the timing on that one, did he?
Well, to be fair, he scored the goal, but until the goal behind. So he's getting closer and closer once again. It's coming, it's coming.
He's been really lively down this right-hand side since coming on. It's Chris Cadden.
Definitely.
Pressing there from Josh Campbell. Really strong element of his game is his desire to work hard for Hibs to win that ball back. Another one that has always grown up a Hibs fan.
Good, rock solid header from Rocky.
It's part and parcel of his game, isn't it, Rocky's?
Definitely.
Again, Rocky, who's been working really hard over the off-season to make sure he could come back and put himself in contention this year. Big physical centre-half. Henderson now with the ball into Campbell. Henderson. Oh, it's a lovely little touch from him. So he tries to find Chris Cadden. Cadden to Josh Campbell down this right-hand side. Campbell looked for the cross, but the option wasn't quite there, so he held it back and gave it back to Chris Cadden. Into Jake Doyle-Hayes. Nohan Kenner, our latest goal scorer. Looking to pull the trigger, but he slips it to Josh Doyle, who pulls the ball back to Melkerson. It's half a chance there. Kind of opened up for Melkerson, but didn't feel like it was right, so he kept on recycling the ball. Hibs is still in possession now, this time on the right-hand side with Alan Delfieri. Josh Campbell crosses the ball into the box. Great ball from Josh Campbell. Just in front of Elias Melkerson, and Josh Doyle can't quite keep it in, but a fantastic little cross there. I don't think many people expected that one, did they?
Especially a very quick feet from Josh. You see, that's the kind of the player, he can use both feet, so especially for the right left back, it's difficult to block because he doesn't know what to expect. Great ball by him.
Yeah, and it's worth remembering that Josh Campbell is just 22 years of age, an academy product.
Still a young player, that's amazing. It's so good to have such a young academy products right now here. It's just very good for our club and for our future.
Yeah, there is a real pathway there. The development squad are in action as well later today. To find out more about that game, just head to our website. Elias Melkerson's on the ball after winning it back. Tries to take storm on the defenders, but it's well cut out by one of the Burton substitutes, Ryan Leake. Henderson now on the left, and Kevin, just a nice little wave to one of the supporters that's out here.
Come on, the Hibees. Good to see, especially such a young kid coming to Portugal and watching the games. It's just amazing to having such a young Hibees through and through. That's just so good. Born to be Hibee, and that's what kind of fans we need.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's loads at the game. There were loads at the training session yesterday. I know you were taking time to let some of the kids have some shots against you after the session as well. You love that stuff, don't you?
Oh yeah, it was so good, and the kids gave me absolutely no chances. Unfortunately, I never saved any of those shots. So the future is bright.
Exactly, I was gonna say. Rocky here just trying to hold off the man, but Jack Bryden comes across just to support him and head the ball out. And it runs out for a Hibs goal kick. Josh Doig with a throw in now just inside the Burton Albion half. Goes all the way back again to Jack Bryden. Building from the back, waiting patiently. It's a theme again you'll see from a Lee Johnson side this season. If the opportunity doesn't arise, then they won't force it. But equally, when they win that ball back, they want 2, 3, 4 quick passes to really break through those lines.
Great little chip by Jake. And
Good
great
tackle
tackle
there as well.
Well done, Jake.
Rocky again, a physical battle there, but he does well to hold off his man. Jake Doyle-Hayes turns, tries to feed the ball into Elias Melkerson. He's chasing down the goalkeeper. Just gets there first and forces the ball long, but again Hibs are under control and possession. It was a nice little pass that as well from Jake Doyle-Hayes, wasn't it? Nice idea.
Great idea, great vision. Almost had a chance to score another goal. Good position from the goalie.
Doig into Henderson now down this left-hand side near the corner flag. Doig looking to get the crossover, and it's out for another set piece.
Well, we gain lots of set pieces compared to Burton. That's a really good thing as well. It shows you how big threat we are as a team.
Yeah, there's been a lot of positives from this game in particular, and it's so pleasing to see such a good performance as the intensity increases against a team like Burton that is a step up in quality than the one we faced against Hartlepool on Wednesdays. Now Kenna whips the ball into the box. Again, it's cleared by a defender. Chris Cadden tries to play a 1-2 with Jack Bryden. He shoots again. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. Chris Cadden will be wondering what he has to do to score today.
Exactly, another great action and great strike from Chris. What a save by goalkeeper. Great stood up, great strong hand. Absolutely loved it.
Quick corner taken to Nohan Kenna. Nohan into Jake Doyle-Hayes. Jake Doyle-Hayes has a shot, but it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. In that build-up to the Cads shot, Jack Bryden probably deserves a shout-out, doesn't he, for the little 1-2 close control that he had in that tight space.
Definitely. That second strike maybe was slightly easier for the goalie.
The second one.
Yeah. But it's good the boys looking to hit a ball, trying to shoot. That's very good as well. Because if you don't try to shoot, you won't score any goals. So that shows as well that hunger and that bravery. It's very, very promising.
Absolutely, and the full-time whistle goes just now. Hibernian run out 4-2 winners here against Burton Albion. The players will return back to Edinburgh on Sunday. A really comprehensive performance, especially in that second half. We did go a goal down after Ghassan Ahadmi scored from close range, but the response was good, and Eli Yuan put a fantastic right-footed effort into the bottom corner. The second half, we started really, really quickly. Elias Melkerson getting in on a double, a really nice finish from close range before slotting a one-on-one past the goalkeeper. Burton Albion did then pull one back to make it 3-2. A goal from Kieran Gilligan before Nohan Kenna, who came back onto the pitch in the second half, had a left-footed effort that went into the top corner. Thank you again to all the supporters that have listened to our friendly. Thanks to Kevin for joining me for co-commentary, and I hope to see you all soon back at Easter Road when we take on Clyde on for our next, or our first, competitive game.
Thank you guys for coming. And how about my performance in the commentary?
Very impressive, Kevin. I think you can do it again.
Let's do it again.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, guys. See you later.
Happy? Do you enjoy it? It's good, wasn't it? Yeah? Well done.
Thank you so much.
You need to take that down, if that's alright.
Thank you, guys. Obrigado. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi everybody.
Corto puede ver.
Que corto está cogiendo también.
Amigo.
O amigo mío.
Bueno, y yo, macaco,
Macaquinho.
macaquinho.
Oh, macaquinho.
El wifi ese no tiene que estar
Más caliente que yo.
a 200.000 grados, ¿no?
Ya veis.
Bueno, y todo en general. Es una locura.
Yo he notado la cámara ahí.
Sí, yo tengo esto de aquí que no lo puedo tocar. Lo que está delante del zoom. Que pues no te doy de quema, literal. Que no aguanta, ¿eh? Lo que está aquí delante del zoom. Lo que está delante.